All plans fail at the first point of contact. A lot of you guys, especially if you think like me, you go through life with a strategy, you plan things, you try to be ahead of the eight ball. But yet, it seems that your plans always fail. Planning is not an easy thing to do because that requires you to sit down and acknowledge the fact where you're weak at and where you're strong at, and how all the possibilities, all the ways of you losing a particular outcome, all of those things come into play. But like the old saying goes, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. So my whole goal in today's video is to give you guys a framework, a realistic framework on how to think through planning, how to think about strategy, how to think, period. Because planning is something that you have to do if you want to be successful. You have to be intentional, but it's not going to go the exact same way that you planned it. And it's okay. And I'm sorry I hit the table. So before I get too far into the video, you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you like the video. If you guys want to support the channel, all the ways you can support are in the description below. So recently I was watching a interview with Grant Cardone and his twin Gary Cardone. And they were talking about strategy. And Grant brought up a good, interesting point, kind of like a different perspective on how to look at things. And basically he said, teams are overrated because not everybody believes and not everybody's going to take the brunt of the hit when it's time to implement and execute the plan. You know, as humans, we're very risk averse. We want to be comfortable. We don't want to step out there and be risky. But to be successful, you cannot be timid. You're going to have a little bit of guts if you want the glory. So he's saying basically that ultimately, the person that wants the plan to work, that came up with the idea, typically bears the burden alone. And that's a key insight that you guys need to be aware of when you're organizing a team, because you're going to need a team because you can't do everything at the same time. And you know, safety in numbers. People tend to take advantage of you and see you as weak and try you when you're by yourself. So it's good to have a clan of people with you, but just know somebody within the group, it's possible that they can betray you if they're not vetted properly, if they're not punished properly, if they're not for the mission. Some people are risk adverse. They don't want to take the brunt of the hit. Whenever, things hit the fan, they're quick to leave. So when you're organizing a team, you just keep that dynamic in the back of your head. Don't push it all the way back. Kind of push it back in the middle so you're not shocked by anything that anybody does. And that's a key insight that you guys need to understand. Don't be certain about anything. Only a fool is certain about the things he does not know. So there's going to be, and all a plan is, guys, because you're going to have to organize men or organize something, people that are good at different things that you're not good at. And that's one aspect of it. You're going to have the aspect of it of, people can dip on you, and other people, your competition could take your employees or take your players, poach them away. Some people can sign steal, like Michigan, similar. They could have your business plans or whatnot. All of this thing goes hand in hand with war. Everything is connected. Planning, coaching, business planning, war, general, all this is connected. Everything we do as men is connected to war. So never be certain about anything you don't know, because all a plan is essentially is it's a educated guess. It's a hypothesis with the limited amount of information that you have. There's factors. This is why you have to, when you're in business, the CEOs say there's always this forecast of unforeseen costs. Strategy in sports, there's always an adjustment to be made. People can move the chess pieces around to kind of, beat your defense or stop your offense. When you're planning and trying to flank and outflank and retreat, and where to retreat and how to encircle the enemy, all these things are plans. But all of it can be wrong. So you need to be open to the possibility that you could be wrong, that your plan could be way off. Maybe your plan is really good. Maybe in my estimation, and it's just my personal opinion, a good plan is 80% right. You're never going to be 100% right about anything. There's always going to be some kind of unforeseen thing, right? So you can implement a good strategy in football and then one of your players gets hurt. That's an unforeseen thing. You get sued when you're in your business contract, or something messes up in the supply chain, or the government. It's always something. The enemy outflanks you in a different area. They came, or maybe they let you go into the town so they can encircle the town, and it's always something. So be aware that your plan could be wrong and that you might have to adjust it midway, because that's really what it is. You're going to have to play the next play, like they say in football. You're going to make a mistake. Your plan's not going to go right. You got to keep playing. For the real key for a successful plan to work, or for your plan of direction to work, is adaptation in game, adaptation midway through. Can you pivot fast enough? Can you think on your feet fast enough? Can you adapt to the situation and the circumstances that are at the moment? That is the real key to making your plans work. You can tell a good coach from a bad coach, because a good coach that knows the game, he comes in it and shows you one thing one first half, and then he has another game plan to show you in the second half, so that you're never really understanding what is truly going on. And also too, with a sports reference, like I said, it's an educated guess. So they can easily pull something out of the playbook. Your opponent can easily pull something out of the playbook that you've never seen before. And so mid-game, you might see it, and it's important for you to in-game to see it and adjust to it in-game if you want to win the game. That's how life is. That's even told in the selfish gene. It's not the organism that are the strongest and the fastest that survive. It's the organisms that can adapt on their feet when this time is needed, that thrive and survive. So that's my video. Hopefully I gave you guys some valuable content. You guys have a good day, good week. On the way out, like, comment, subscribe to the video if you like the video. I appreciate you guys watching to the end. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.